Ambition, purpose, partnership, and action. Words that have always defined our nation. Driven by a clear vision, we have seen our economy flourish. Dubai has become a beacon for business and events, a place that prioritizes people and connections, and a home for talent and innovation. Today, as our nation continues to thrive and people and businesses steadily move south, we are already here to welcome them at the new center of Dubai's future. Next to what will be the world's largest airport, a global shipping gateway, a state-of-the-art exhibition center, and Expo City Dubai, home of Expo 2020 and COP28. Guided by the Dubai Economic Agenda, this new center of Dubai will be the catalyst for accelerated innovation, meaningful collaboration, and a more sustainable way of living. Our story so far is remarkable, but as we prepare for the next exciting chapter, we know that our future will be even brighter.
Greetings and hayakum from the city of Dubai. To those joining us from cities all around the world, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm Nadia Berji, and I'm Executive Director here at Expo City Dubai. Welcome to the fourth of our live webinar series for the 2025 Asia Pacific Cities Summit and Mayors Forum, which will take place at Expo City Dubai from the 27th to the 29th of October in partnership with Brisbane City Council. Our Global Mayoral Forum is a platform for building outcomes for cities actively seeking practical, scalable solutions for businesses aiming to access high-growth urban markets, and for all of us working to shape a model of urban growth that is not just profitable, but purposeful too. As we prepare to welcome mayors and city leaders from around the world this October, we do so with the same ambition and resolve that powered Expo 2020 Dubai and COP28, a belief that convening only matters if it leads to action. We're building a program that puts real opportunities on the table, including procurement pipelines, innovation challenges from cities that are not just growing fast, but where the need for new infrastructure, housing, climate resilience, and digital solutions is urgent and overdue. APCS in Dubai is where decision makers meet deal makers. It's where global mayors and ministers sit alongside investors and developers and technology leaders to not only discuss the future of cities, but to shape, finance, and deliver that future. So if you have any questions during this webinar, please do ask via the Q&A function on the menu, and we'll have a dedicated section towards the end of the session to address your queries. As the first edition of this prestigious event to take place in the Middle East, Africa, and South Asia region, our Global Mayoral Forum is now moving to the global centre of urban growth and is supported by the Executive Council of Dubai. With 9 of the 10 future megacities projected to emerge in developing countries, primarily across Asia and Africa, Dubai is strategically positioned at the crossroads of this urban acceleration. Within 8 hours reach of 2/3 of the global population, an already established hub for logistics, finance, and innovation, Dubai offers unparalleled access to the fastest growing markets and the most urgent city-scale investment opportunities in the world today. Our knowledge partners are at the forefront of this exchange, and they're bringing the worldwide expertise to our extensive program, and we are delighted to announce that we have been joined in the last few weeks by the East African County and Local Governments Association, the Urban Transitions Mission, and the prestigious Dubai Future Foundation, which will offer an exclusive field trip to the iconic Museum of the Future. You can see here the wide range of knowledge partners with whom we are working, experts with real-world experience all around the globe. And speaking of experience, we are thrilled to announce that our keynote speaker for APCS is none other than Mo Gawdat, engineer, entrepreneur, best-selling author, former chief business officer of Google X, and passionate advocate for human well-being and ethical AI. With over 30 years of experience spanning IBM, Microsoft, NCR, and Google X, the legendary Moonshot Factory, Mo has bridged the worlds of technology, innovation, and emotional intelligence. He's the author of 2 widely read books, Solve for Happy and Scary Smart, which explore how we can shape technology to serve humanity, not the other way around. In October, Mo will help anchor our exploration of digital transformation and urban futures directly to the summit's core themes, the future of urban governance, the rising role of mayors, and the urgent need for cities to lead the ethical stewardship of digital technology. Welcome on board, Mo, for a conversation that none of us can afford to miss. We count on world-leading expertise too, and our commercial partners who are playing a proactive and creative role in the development of the forum and in helping cities reach their full potential. And we are privileged today to welcome 2 new premier partners to this Global City Summit in Dubai. Dubai Municipality is joining us as a premier partner for the prestigious Mayors Forum. And with a mandate that spans planning, sustainability, public health, infrastructure, and the built environment, Dubai Municipality is one of the region's most advanced urban institutions. It brings deep operational insight and forward-looking city strategies that will enable and enrich dialogue, showcase replicable models, and offer delegates direct access to policies, projects, and partnerships driving one of the world's most dynamic cities. And we'll hear a little bit more about that and what that means for APCS and its global delegates in a few moments. We are also proud to announce Dubai's Road and Transport Authority as a premier partner, a global leader in future mobility whose expertise spans not only infrastructure delivery, but intelligent transport systems, transit-oriented development, and integrated urban mobility planning. As cities around the world face mounting pressure to decarbonize, digitize, and future-proof their transport networks, RTA brings invaluable insight into how public transport, innovation, and infrastructure can work together to create cleaner, more connected urban environments. Dubai Municipality and the RTA's involvement reinforces a whole-of-city approach, where Dubai is not just hosting this global summit, but actively shaping the agenda through collaboration, system-wide solutions, and meaningful city-to-city exchange. And they join our roster of best-in-class strategic partners, Emicool, Dubai Chambers, Gratia Advisory, and Future OS, another partner from whom you'll hear soon. And to discuss the Dubai story, I'm honoured now to welcome engineer Fida Al-Hamadi, Director of the Strategy and Corporate Development Department of Dubai Municipality. Welcome, Fida.
Hi, Nadia. Thank you so much for having me today in this important webinar.
Dubai's transformation over the last 50 years is remarkable, with Dubai's population expected to reach nearly 6 million by 2040. What, in your view, is the essence of Dubai's approach to growth, and what makes it so distinctive?
So first of all, I'm happy to be here today with you all. Now let me answer your question, Nadia. Dubai's growth story is one of the visionary, ambitious, anchored in strategic delivery. From its earliest days, our leadership understood that true progress must be built on a solid infrastructure, robust governance, and long-term planning. What makes Dubai distinctive is it is a holistic view of urban development, not merely as a physical expansion, but as a catalyst for opportunity, inclusion, and resilience. At Dubai Municipality, we've been at the heart of this transformation over the past 70 years, from 1954. Our work spans urban planning, environmental sustainability, smart city initiatives, and essential services, all interconnected to create livable, investable city. As you know, Dubai Municipality provides over 60% of residents' need in Dubai. Growth here is never left to chance. It is structured, data-driven, and continuously refined to enhance quality of life for residents, businesses, and visitors alike. Dubai's approach is increasingly defined by integration of systems services, and ambitions. It's this integrated model that allows us to build a city that is not only future-ready, but also deeply human-centered.
Well, thank you so much for your answer. How do you see your role in shaping not just the infrastructure of the city, but its future?
Dubai Municipality plays a dual role, both operational and strategic, in shaping the city's present and future. Beyond managing essential daily services, we are actively enhancing the city's livability. As a significant contribution to Dubai 2040 Urban Master Plan, this project directly supports the goal of making Dubai one of the top 10 cities for quality of life globally. We are actively designing the next chapter of Dubai's urban story. For example, in 2023, Dubai Municipality unveiled its Visionary 2040 plan, featuring a series of ambitious projects designed to redefine the future of urban living and transform the concept of next generation city. In addition, our citywide BIM system, which is used to construction sector, making it faster, safer, and more sustainable. Through our Dubai Horizon initiative also, we are creating a living lab to pilot future technology, ensuring Dubai remain at the cutting edge of urban innovation. We are also safeguard Dubai's culture and architecture heritage, ensuring that modernization never comes at the cost of identity. Our future proofing that our city, with our record-breaking deep tunnel project, turning waste into a resource for our new energy plants. Every initiative we undertake is rooted in excellence and human-centered design, making Dubai more resilient, inclusive, and sustainable for generations to come.
I mean, the work you're doing at Dubai Municipality is really outstanding. And the ideas that you talk about, next generation city and modernizing in a way that doesn't come at the cost of identity, is something that I think other cities around the world are really keen on understanding how Dubai does it. So what can delegates expect from your participation at the summit? And why do you feel that city-to-city dialogue for Dubai is so important?
So serving as premier partner of Mayors Forum is both an honor and reflection of Dubai's municipality strategic ambitions. For us, APCS is more than a summit. It's a platform for meaningful exchange where we can share Dubai's journey, learn from global peers, and co-create solutions for urban challenges that all we face today. Delegates can expect from us an ambitious and action-oriented participation. We will lead high-level roundtable across the summit's core theme, from digital transformation and economic development to quality of life and environmental solution. Our goal is to facilitate a global dialogue that will close with a new collaborative framework for a city governance. We will share exclusive data-driven insight from our latest global research on the future of a municipal work, and we will be signing a new international partnership to pilot a cutting-edge technology right here in Dubai. This strategic dialogue will be matched with an application. Our technical field trips will offer also exclusive visits to landmark sites, including the Warsan Waste to Energy Center, the Dubai Frame, and the Dubai Safari Park, providing delegates with a first-hand look at our innovative project in action. Our ultimate goal is not just to showcase, but to co-create. We are here to listen, learn, and build lasting partnership, because we believe the future of our cities will be defined by the bold collective action we take together.
What a beautiful legacy to co-create together with cities around the world. Fida, thank you so much. I'm afraid we'll have to wrap up there, but your insights and just giving us a taste of what this exciting new partnership will bring, I think is really compelling for all of our listeners and all the participants at the Mayoral Forum. Thank you very, very much indeed.
Most welcome, Nadia, most welcome.
Thank you. The real strength of this collaboration lies in what it unlocks for the hundreds of cities represented in Dubai at APCS. And these are the outcomes for us that matter. When we ask cities what matters most, the answers are clear and deeply grounded in lived reality. Top of the list, climate resilience, energy transition, because for many, these aren't future ambitions, but present day necessity. Tourism stands out, particularly from cities across the global south, not just looking for economic growth, but be able to tell their own story on their own terms. And then comes the fundamentals: affordable housing, sustainable transport, health, education, food security, all of which brings us to our panel. We're joined by city leaders who are grappling with these and other priorities every day, and who are looking to APCS in Dubai not just as a stage, but as a solution space. Let's hear from them now. It's my great pleasure to welcome the Governor of Kisumu in Kenya and the Deputy Mayor of Sarajevo in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Thank you both so much for joining us, and we are looking forward to hearing a little bit about what cities like Kisumu and Sarajevo bring to the table and what they hope to take away. And if I might start with Sarajevo, amid a tightly packed international calendar, what sets this Global Mayors Forum apart?
Good morning, afternoon, good night, good evening, as you said, to everybody because of the time zone difference. And thank you for having me here. For Sarajevo, important to be part of this kind of activities. And as you, to answer your question, maybe that's one of the best examples why the events like this is really important, because it brings together not nations, but and there's not that much opportunity at that level that cities from all around the world can actually meet each other. And it's also important to note that cities of different size, different histories, different age, let's say, that different development status are actually brought together and to learn from each other and to exchange ideas. And your chart just a minute ago was a great example, because the top 4 priorities are also top 4 Sarajevo's priorities, and that kind of exchange of knowledge, exchange of experience. And to be honest, we don't have this. We don't always have the solutions, but bringing us together, with the same problems, not just with the same solution, but the same problems, we can talk and we can find out what the best approach is and what's the useful approach is, what is, as you said, sustainable approach is something that it's really important to see and to talk about. And being in Dubai, in Expo City, that's a special symbol, because it was built for this kind of activity. It was built for innovation. It was built for exchange of ideas. It was built for sustainability. And for us, we don't see it just as a symbol. It truly is actually a platform to exchange ideas. So I mean, this event is really, I would say, one of the top, not 5, 3 events in the world, maybe even the first one, first spot. For me, the special importance, it's mayors, not of nations. So a lot of local experience, a lot of local problems. So for me, that's really important.
I'm really pleased, Deputy Mayor, that the priorities that we've identified really resonate with the ones that you have in Sarajevo. And I'd like to bring in Professor Nyong'o from Kisumu, just to get his perspective and his lens on, and also why do international forums like this in Dubai matter personally and professionally as a city leader? Hopefully there's no technical issue. But if there isn't, I think maybe perhaps, Deputy Mayor, we could just carry on our conversation, because we've spoken about urban lessons, or partnerships or possibly case studies that you might bring to the table at APCS. So what kind of partnerships or stakeholders are you hoping to connect with during the summit?
For me, it's really important to see and hear practical different cities in the different stage of development. Tourism and quality of life was really important. So for me, in the previous mayoral summit, we already made a couple of arrangements there. We agreed some of the meetings in our cities, and that started already. We start practical planning for developing our cooperation. And the biggest that I can share with you is actually that with the city of Barcelona, we also met there. We are trying to develop a joint nomination hosting of the Olympic Games. So that's really something that was brought up and was started, or maybe take concrete steps after the initial context. That concrete steps were created at the summit of mayors and forum of mayors. So for me, keeping that momentum and keeping that cooperation alive, and we all know how. I mean, we are at webinar now, but we will meet in person. You know how the COVID actually we work together online, but when we meet each other, when we have coffee, when we have a tea, when we have a talk, share a bread, that's much more different than just sending emails about possible cooperation. So for me, as a point of exchange of friendship, actually, this is really important to me.
I couldn't agree more.
And it showed in the later activity.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Convening in person there's nothing like it. I'm going to try one more time to bring in our governor from Kisumu, just in case he can hear us and he's able to contribute, because I would love to hear his perspectives as well. So, Your Excellency, Professor Nyong'o, if you're there, you're very, very welcome. And I just love to hear your perspective on what do the international forums like these bring to city leaders personally and professionally.
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me now?
We can hear you very well.
Good. Thank you very much. Sorry, I mean, we had a hitch with the technology.
It's always that way. No problem.
Yes. But let me say that I really enjoyed the presentation on Dubai when the lady was saying that urbanization should never come at the cost of identity. And the second thing is this, we are not doing it not just to showcase, but to co-create. I think a meeting like this is very good in terms of knowing how to co-create urbanization, so that we learn from other experiences which have gone before us. Here in Kisumu, we are a city of about 1 million people. We face the Lake Victoria, which is the biggest lake in Africa, actually. One of the things that we want to do is to develop a city which benefits as much as possible from our geographical location. In other words, the lake offers opportunities for tourism, for leisure, for good living, housing, and so on. But at the same time, the lake can also be a menace when the level rises. So we need to combine technology and the preservation of natural resources to make sure that the city of Kisumu grows and benefits from being a lakefront city. Secondly, we are a commercial and trading city. During the day, there are about 1 million people here. At night, we're only 800,000 because 300,000 people flock into the city to trade. That means that we must cater for them in terms of transport. The last thing I want to say is that it is very difficult for a young city like Kisumu to afford the cost of energy because electrical power is very expensive. We want a transition from electrical power to solar power to make sure that all the energy we consume as much as possible is built from solar power. That requires major change, changing from electrical power to solar power. It also costs money. So we need to collaborate with other cities or other experiences where the people have converted from major use of electrical power to solar power. We have been working with friends and colleagues and partners across the globe, and we hope that within the next 5 years, we can make this transition from electrical to solar power. This will promote cheap transport. It will promote cheap lighting of the city. It will promote more manufacturing coming in because energy is affordable. Yeah. That's what I would say. And at this conjuncture, what we are facing as a city.
I mean, I think what Engineer Vida and what the Deputy Mayor in Sarajevo and what you've all spoken about so eloquently is this idea of co-creation. And you've spoken about challenges, but what are some of the specific innovations or opportunities that you look forward to sharing in Dubai in October, Professor Nyong'o, so that we can sort of understand what potential opportunities there are for investment or for tourism and so on?
One of the experience we can share really is our Lakefront Development Corporation. We created a corporation to develop the lakefront. This requires experts, and this requires people who can tell us what we need to do. The Lakefront Development Corporation also involves major infrastructure development along the lakefront. We have building at the moment a lakefront promenade of about 20 kilometers along the lakefront. The promenade is to help, is to encourage cyclists and who are walking and light vehicles, so that the tourism on that is associated with the lakefront has good infrastructure that is created by us by a ring road around the lake.
And these are great, really great opportunities for us to crystallize as we drive all of this value from cities into the design and the programming of the event, so that you maximize on the opportunities and the relationships that you make whilst you're here. I have a final question for our Deputy Mayor in Sarajevo. As you look ahead to October, what does a successful summit look like for you when you return home?
I would have to say for me, the best priority is see the old friends. That's the first thing. But actually, I mean, it's always good to create a new partnership, and I'm certain that will be one of the results. Also, to have established at least one or two international corporations for some public projects. We are very keen on working in green mobility, in AI. Development of the management of the city, governance of the city, so digitalization. So if you could find a partner city to work together to try to make the best solutions together, that would be great. And also, I'm certain that will happen. I mean, even more than we can handle is actually the inspiration for the local solutions that we can apply in our cities. So as a governance model, as a digital platforms that were already developed and implemented, transparency approach or green mobility, sustainability. So for us,
all of the above.
That will certainly be a result. Yes, that will certainly be one of the, that's something that's at the same time sweet and sour, like you have a lot of inspiration, a lot of context, a lot of ideas, but you don't have always the resources to do all of that at the same time.
Very good. Thank you both so much for your time. I'm afraid that we're out of time, but your insights are so welcome, and we look forward to welcoming you to Dubai and to our stage in October this year. So from the shores of Lake Victoria to the hiking trails of Predrag, we're seeing just how different cities are facing such common challenges. So from infrastructure to resilience, inclusion and investment, we're all doing it under pressure with limited time and limited resource. But what if cities didn't have to solve these challenges alone? What if there were tools out there to help city leaders anticipate and act and cut through complex systems and productively interpret up-to-the-minute data? And so this is where tech and innovation comes in, and where AI, of course, is taking the lead. And as a partner helping cities and administrations see more clearly and act more precisely, as we're seeing in Dubai. So to explore what this looks like in practice, I'm now happy to be joined by Dr. Majd Zaroop, Company Manager and Chief Technology Officer at our official partner, Future OS. Welcome, Dr. Majd.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. So how do you see AI playing a role in shaping the next generation of cities? Where's it already making a difference?
Yeah, it's important to define the context of AI and the role of cities. AI in the context of cities is considered a tool that integrates into the city fabric rather than a standalone service or platform. Maybe I'll quickly go through some examples of where AI is being piloted or already in use. City operations, for example, AI and machine learning can analyze vast amounts of data from sensors to cameras to connected devices to improve many aspects such as traffic flow, managing energy and water usage, detecting building and asset maintenance needs, reducing operational costs. Predictive analytics help cities anticipate needs, such as repairing infrastructure before failure occurs or managing waste collection more efficiently. In public safety and security, real-time AI-powered surveillance systems with video analytics help detect unusual or dangerous activities, enabling rapid response while also efficiently managing operational overheads. It can also help in predictive policing tools that can help identify crime hotspots and allocate resources more efficiently. Citizen engagement. These are features that are already being deployed, intelligent AI chatbots and virtual assistants with deep and real-time knowledge of the city services allow residents to access city services anytime and enhance the responsiveness and accessibility of these services. Cities can also implement sentiment and emotional analysis of the citizen feedback, whether through social media channels or city channels, helping policymakers gauge public opinions and address concerns rapidly. In urban planning and sustainability, AI-driven simulations and models allow planners to test ideas well before they're actually deployed, as well as actually looking at human behavior now within the AI models.
Yeah, that's such an interesting component, because how does that make your approach distinctive as Future OS?
Well, Future OS is really looking at transformation, a holistic use case and human-centric driven approach. We tackle real-world challenges to accelerate adoption, optimize efficiency, improve decision-making, optimize operations, extend the life of city assets. We're developing and deploying AI-powered civic, urban, and PropTech solutions. We also streamline the need for complex and expensive infrastructure. They range from IoT, building and asset management platforms, all the way to AI-powered surveillance, video analytics platforms.
So
These
Dr.
are just
Majd,
really two
will you be showcasing some of this at the Asia Pacific City Summit, particularly in respect to the Mayor's Forum, the City Leaders Forum, and the workshop that you're hosting? So what can folks expect to see?
Absolutely. I think we'll be hosting hands-on workshops where participants can actually interact with all these AI-powered city services and engage with real-life deployments within Expo City Dubai itself, actually. We'll be demonstrating a whole suite of products enabled by AI and tailored to solve city challenges.
I mean, I think that sounds so compelling. And for everybody who wants to understand all of the different elements that you outlined in the beginning about how AI actually shapes the next generation of cities and how it can make a difference across all of those different sectors and areas, I think it's going to be incredibly compelling. Dr. Majd, thank you so much. I'm afraid with the time that we've got to end there, but we appreciate your insights and for really helping us understand the role of AI, not just as a silver bullet, but really as a multiplier. And of course, how that all manifests in Dubai in October. So I think we have time for a couple of questions. We have one from an audience member, and the question is, I wonder if you might be able to say a little bit about the geographic coverage of participants, good representation from Africa as well as the Asia Pacific region, which potentially opens up even more opportunity for co-creation. Absolutely. I mean, Dubai is, as we said at the very beginning, really at the center of gravity, and it's so accessible for all regions and for all countries and for cities all around the world. As you can see from our knowledge partners and from some of our sponsors, the breadth and the regional representation is incredibly diverse, from Brazil all the way to Singapore. And of course, as you've seen online today, representation which is actually quite strong from Europe, as well as from the continent of Africa. But let's not forget the Middle East and the whole Arab region. And with partners like the Arab Urban Development Institute, we're collaborating and bringing a whole range of cities from this part of the world as well. And not least, of course, with the deep collaboration that we have with Brisbane City Council, expect to see a strong participation from Australian and New Zealand cities as well. And so it is incredibly diverse, and this really truly makes it a global forum. We have another question, which is on how do we secure exhibition space? If you go to our website, and if you type in Asia Pacific City Summit, Expo City Dubai, October 27th to 29th, there's a direct link to all of the details of how you can download all the information of what exhibition space is already available. We've got about 50% already sold, which is wonderful. But it also means that there's still opportunity for you to secure your space should you wish to participate. So I think we have, due to time constraints, not able to answer all of these questions. We've got a few more, but we'll make note of all the submissions and respond to all of these within the next 24 to 48 hours via an email that will also capture updates from this session. So I think what we've heard today really reinforces one simple truth, that cities don't succeed in isolation, that they succeed when we connect across borders, sectors, and across lived experience. Our Global Mayoral Forum in Dubai will be a working platform where priorities are tested, where partnerships are formed, and where new thinking is put into motion. So thank you very, very much to all of our guests for your valuable insights. Thank you to our audience for your valuable time, and we'll see you all in our next session on the 1st of September. Thank you, and see you soon.